Greetings, YouTube. Greetings. We're trying to get these chapters in. We're trying to get them in. Picking up where we left off. We left off on chapter 6, but I didn't finish the last paragraph of chapter 5. So this is the last paragraph of chapter 5 leading to chapter 6. Chapter 6 is my own prison ministry. Chapter 5, the end said, although I only had 3 requests for a picture, I sent copies, some more than others, to all except Carl, of course. The kids and I would take all kinds of pictures, looking any kind of way. I took pictures looking sleepy, sick, happy, grumpy, dopey, bashful, serious, and sexy. I would get a roll developed one week and buy more film for the next. Tyrone had started us taking so many pictures, so I was adding more to his collection as well. Now, Chapter 6, My Own Prison Ministry. November 2003. My pen pals were on a schedule to reply to my letters. Most stayed faithful. Even though I only wrote Tyrone sporadically, I now had to make time to answer the many letters I was receiving. As soon as I would answer one letter, I would get another. When I wrote in general about the kids and work, I would copy from one letter and paste in the next. I had handwritten Jeremiah a letter and noticed upon completion that it was addressed to Darnell. I scratched it out and sent it anyway. I was not writing the whole page over. Typing my letters became a must. It also helped me remember what I said to whom. Looking at the folders I needed to stay organized caused me to laugh. I was thinking, girl, you have your own prison ministry. I would send inspirational messages, jokes, scriptures, and comics to these men with hopes of brightening their day. When I came across free magazine subscriptions on the internet, I sent those as well. Even though Carl did not reply, I continued sending him these packages of hope. I chose Carl because he was on Tyrone's old unit. It was my hope to get an impression of Tyrone before he started corresponding with me. Edward was the first to add me to his visiting list with high hopes for a visit. He was only 2 hours away, therefore a visit would not be difficult or tiring. I planned to take one weekend to see both him and Tyrone. Surely I could not visit Edward and not Tyrone. Edward had not received a visit in quite some time, and I just needed to see Tyrone's face. It was a beautiful day when I visited Edward. We sat and chatted for 2 hours about anything. Edward was locked up when he was 18 years old. It saddened me to see his young years swallowed whole. I kept thinking, this is somebody's baby. Edward was so shy that he could not look me in the eyes for an extended length of time. I asked him to look at me without talking, and he could not do it. He was so sweet. He always sent something special with his letters. I have handmade flowers, handkerchiefs, and cards sent just because. After our visit, he wrote, I had to write and express just how much I enjoyed visiting with you. I really had a great time. To be honest, I never felt as happy or content as excited about being with someone as I was with you. The whole day was just a joy to experience. Truthfully, Diamond, you are a class act. Even though my shyness kind of got in the way, once I relaxed, it felt like I've known you for a long time. I consider myself a good judge of character, and from what I've seen, you are one in a million. You're so unpredictable and exciting, yet so stable in that you seem to know what you want out of life. You are strong emotionally, but you seem to have a gentle and compassionate nature. You are intelligent, but down to earth and humble. You are beautiful, but not conceited. And it's all those qualities that attract me so very much. I truly believed I was living life to the fullest, answering to no one. The world was mine. Then you came into the picture, and all of a sudden I realized that I was deceiving myself. I am incomplete. My life was lacking love. Now, through some great fortune, I have found that love, and along with it, the one person who can make my life complete. I've fallen helplessly for you. I've said things to you I've never said to anyone, but now everything comes forth effortlessly and with great sincerity. I'll forever be grateful to you for showing me just how shallow my life was. I've been thinking about what you said about me needing to experience other women, but I experienced all that. I just did it at a young age. I know exactly what I want. I want to experience love and dedicate my heart to someone like you. I chose not to visit Edward again. I did not want to hurt his feelings. He had his eye on the prize, and that prize was yours truly. I told Edward I had my eyes elsewhere, and he thanked me for being honest. He slacked up on his macking with hopes of remaining friends. He said he would start writing his old friend again, but always have thoughts of me. We kept in touch weekly, if not more. Through the new year, we kept in touch weekly, if not more, through the new year. After that, it was about once a month. He requested a friend send him a picture to send me, and she complied. Tyrone and I had our visit, but things never got better. I would upset him and apologize. He would upset me and apologize. I mentioned I was writing other men on lock in my letters with hopes of better understanding him, and he was very nonchalant about it. He loved me, I was his baby, and that was the bottom line. Now that I had just left from a visit the day before with one of these men, and I was developing feelings for Darnell, it was a different story. After our visit, he wrote, "After I got back to my cell, the ring of you visiting another man was still hitting my heart. I cried out in God's name, why do I deserve to be hurt this way? I try so much to love you, Christine, but I am incarcerated and there is nothing I can do. What got me the most is that you have been talking to other men to the point of giving him your home address. You already visited one nigga, now you're talking about visiting another and allowing him to see what you look like too. He could get out, come to your home, and do only God knows. You don't know if he's a rapist, killer, or what. Baby, please don't never do that again. I don't agree with you writing no other inmates. And please don't try to do it behind my back. Baby, here's Lawrence's mom's number. Call her and tell her that Lawrence's cousin on his daddy's side is your soon-to-be husband, and you have visited her son once. He asked if you would pick her up and bring her to see him, and then y'all work it out from there. You know I hate you driving up here by yourself. You are the realest woman I ever had. It takes a strong lady with full faith and strength and 100% love to hold on to any man in prison. I respect you for being here with me through my struggle and one of the worst times of my life. It would be death before dishonor for me to ever stop loving you, girl, even when your other boyfriend tries to come and pull us apart. Don't worry if we can do this time. As long as we have God by us, it's going to be all right. Just flow with our love and see how long we can love. There is nothing for show but death, so all you can do is love me, and I promise I will always love you." He promised to write more about his background and how life was for him, and he did. It was a very heartfelt letter. What stayed in my mind was his request that I send him money for a new radio. He was lost without the one he had recently broken. Secondly, he enclosed more money slips. I would not comply with Tyrone's wishes, but we still kept in touch. Feeling rejection from him as I did not hurt that much. Clearly, he was trying to take my kindness for weakness. Obviously, he didn't know any better. Given enough time and sufficient threat, I feel a person would do almost anything to protect his interests. Still, I wanted to hear from him. I love his sweet words, and I love yous. I wrote, but would not send money. Around mid-November, I got a letter from another TDCJ inmate with handwriting and a name I did not recognize. I was perplexed. Who is this, and what could they want? Upon further investigation, I realized this was the person Tyrone asked me to set up romantically. This letter was for my girlfriend. I remember months ago getting a letter from Tyrone with a letter enclosed for her. I showed it to her, she read it and said thanks but no thanks. I told Tyrone this and thought it was a done deal. Come to find out, Tyrone gave this man Tevin my address because Tevin didn't believe Tyrone sent me his letter and wanted to ask me himself what the deal was. Tevin said he didn't ask for the address. It was all Tyrone's idea. Either way, my baby is crazy. He has really lost his mind. Of course, I took it upon myself to reply to Tevin's letter. It was not his fault Tyrone is such a trip. Tevin said I surprised him because he didn't expect me to reply. He also apologized for contacting me without my permission. I explained to him my girlfriend was not feeling him and wished him well. He replied saying thank you. If my girlfriend wouldn't give him a chance based on stereotypes, she was not worth knowing anyway. I replied saying you're welcome. He replied again. Since I was writing 7 people already, I figured one more was not going to hurt. I was pretty organized as well. There was Tyrone, Edward, Darnell, Marquise, Lawrence, Jeremiah, Carl, and now Tevin. Tevin wrote, Christine, hello, sweetheart. I must say that your letter was truly intriguing to me in several ways. You seem to be a very strong and intelligent sister who knows exactly who and what she wants in life, but has endured many obstacles in her quest to find love romantically. I'm talking about that heart-stuttering love that has eluded you for quite some time, probably because you give your love too freely. But I'm merely speculating. I may be wrong. Allow me to say thank you for writing. I'm looking for a friendship that is unlimited as far as bonding and building. I'm trying to learn about my woman and life and grow as a person. Now, I can't explain why Tyrone would do anything to lose you, but that is not my concern, sweetie. I'm good at being a friend, and no one would ever have to know what we talked about. Sometimes you just have to find someone from neutral ground to confide in. And I know you don't know me yet, but I'm offering my friendship. We corresponded almost once a week. He told me he barely knew Tyrone and wanted no beef with no one. He simply speaks and shows mutual respect. He had known Lawrence for over 20 years, but they were in different locations on the unit. Tevin was serving 12 years for first-degree homicide in relationship to someone taking his brother's life. He was not proud of what he did, but he was not ashamed either. Emotions, peer pressure, and irrational thinking were causing him to pay dearly in the belly of the beast. He was 32 years old, had 3 children, and no family support. He said after so long, it became a memory. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because it's getting loud out here. Only got a couple more pages to go in chapter 6, but we're going to pick back up with chapter 6, part 2. All right, y'all? I'm going to see y'all in chapter 6, part 2. Hit the subscribe, like, hit the bell. All right. Oh.